Hello, everybody. Welcome to OSAS Season 5, Week 1. We are kicking off the 5th season of OSAS tonight. Absolutely stellar. I'm Lego Mage here tonight with Dendar. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, but right now we're just waiting to see what these players pick as their map of choice and waiting to get into the match. So, when we get into this, is there anything that you're looking forward to? Do you know these players particularly better than I?
I do not. So, also, yeah, for context, we'll mention the teams real quick. We got Wizard City Warriors and MB Current Core. I'm gonna say current score. MB Current Core. Um, so pretty. I don't necessarily recognize any of these names here. So some new faces showing up on the scene tonight. But Wizard City Warriors, which is a great team name, topped the ladder bracket tonight, going 6-0. Absolutely stellar performance. That's Quad Jacob, Doggitos, and Nice Claps on Wizard City Warriors versus MB Current Core, who also did very well, going 5-1 tonight. We got Sora, Flea 952, and Big Rig Oni-chan coming out tonight. So I'm not really sure what to expect, but I have no idea what these players play, but I imagine it's going to be a good match with records like that. Having a strong record, but also, opting to play more than the 4 required games also shows, it just shows like the ethic and kind of the ambition to just do really, really solidly. So I expect that this is going to be a pretty solid game to start us off tonight.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, this is a best of one series. So even though they were 6-0, it's not like they were in the gulag, fighting for their lives for the last like 4 or 5 hours. They really just said, okay, well, we have some extra time. We're confident that we can get in. So let's get a little bit of extra practice, keep the hands warm so that no matter who we end up playing against, we'll have a good time and be able to bring out the best of ourselves, hopefully. Key Jacob, a player that I have seen in my ranked games, and I'm a fan of them. But as far as the other names here, the only one that really stands out is Big Rig Oni-chan. Not because I know them, but just because of the name. Like you said, I don't think either of us are particularly versed in these players. However, apparently, MB Current Core are players who are versed in Melty Blood. And so they're here representing the Melty Blood Gang, a fighting game that is one of the games of all time, in my opinion. And do you have any fighting games that you particularly like? But is what I would ask, but we're actually getting straight into this game on Atlas Lab, where I have to save the pleasantries for later, as all the players are ready and we go into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. About to be loading in. To answer your question real quick, no, I'm not into fighting games, unfortunately. I'm a bit of a shooter guy myself, but yeah, jumping into this Atlas Lab game, when the players seem to have picked a pretty relatively tame map here, very popular map in this series. Atlas Lab and Night Market tend to be the very common picks that we see a lot, especially down here in these lower elos. Players don't necessarily want to risk it on something like Tycho or Gates, where it's just they're still learning their strikers, they're still learning the game and the team synergy. You don't want to have to add a map shenanigans into it too. But an Era ban and Kazan ban coming out here. Wizard City Warriors not wanting to see that Era, and Current Core not liking that Kazan. It is a Chrono Boost Quick Strike start as well, so makes sense on the Era ban. We'll see a Dubumir come out here from the goalies, looks like, as Doggitos hovering that Rasmus as well. Could be pretty nice. Yep, there it is. Nice claps going for the Kais. We see an Aimi lock in over here on their side of well, and just waiting, and that's a Juliet forward. So pretty nice team comps all around. So we'll have to see what these players end up doing here. Take a look at what everyone picked as well. Yeah, all quick strike all around, except for Flea 952 opted for the Chrono Boost, so a little bit longer Aimi dash there.
With these starting awakenings, when you have something like Quick Strikes where it applies to everyone no matter what character you are, who you are, and you have something like Chrono Boost where it gives you these bursts of just high impact gameplay, but for the rest of the time when you don't have that high burst, all of a sudden now you're kind of down a little bit. You got to wonder whether or not they can really make use of that high impact moment, or if the Quick Strikes just will allow them to get a little bit of better pressure in the midfield. I say that as they get this first barrier from the blue team, a barrier of their own going down. And so now with the pressure being applied, the Tofu Fortress comes out, and we kind of just have to see whether or not these quick strikes really come into play with a big body like Dubu.
Yeah, we will see nice little whiplash there from Dogitos to secure that barrier. They go for the goal, but Sora able to find that clear angle as now up to Flea in this top side. Will win the strike war against Kwai Jacob, but can't quite get the angle there. Nice collapse in this bottom corner. Fighting against Big Rig Oni-chan, able to win the strike war, but sending it back up to Dogitos, going for that top corner, but Sora able to clear it out. And with core flips up for the goalies here going into overtime, some interesting things could be happening here. The hook is going to come out, but Kwai Jacob not quite able to find the angle on that. Does have a core flip up, but core flip from Big Rig Oni-chan. Nice pass to Flea, sends it around the back of the barrier and brings it down. Both goals open, but Dogitos with the pendulum swing able to hit stun Sora and get the point for Wizard City Warriors, putting them on the board first. And I think, yeah, Kwai Jacob did keep the core flip up through all of that as well. So very nice going into the second round.
It's a shame to see when you have that core flip advantage to have it used and then not get anything out of it as they lose that round. But here they're looking to make use of this Tofu Fortress closing in the lane. But unfortunately, they managed to get it out. Another core flip comes up, another core flip pass, unfortunately, a little bit too far behind. So not able to make as much as they were able to last round. As now both goalies hold on to theirs, Rasmus with one of their own. And we have to see if Dogitos is going to use this to either try to force offense, try to get maybe a double barrier here, or if they're just going to keep it. Unfortunately, they lose it. As I say that, you know, a little bit of commentator's curse there. But now we have to see if they use this whiplash to get the barrier. They do, and now they send it down to Kai, unable to connect there. A little bit of a clustered there. The core flip does come out, but a tad late, so now we just have to see whether or not they can score this goal with the Kai speed coming into play with the Giga Blast. And with that pendulum swing, they managed to swing the round in their favor and go up 2-0 in the set.
Nice little push there from Wizard City Warriors. Looks like the offense from Wizard City Warriors is pretty solid. The midfield for MB Current Core can't quite keep up with what Dogitos and Nice Claps is doing, but that being said, they will push here, will force out the soup cooldown, so that's going to be down for now. This will allow Dogitos to bring down one barrier. But looks like Flea going to be able to pick up a barrier of their own as well. Sora in this top side trying to get away from this Kai is going to go back down to Kwai Jacob. Big Rig Oni-chan and Flea to apply some pressure here. Nice little strike war from Claps, but on the defense, Big Rig Oni-chan will be able to recover off the black hole pop and bring down the barrier. Ander and Kwai Jacob's core flip's going to let Flea in the top side able to just knock it right past them into this bottom, putting MB Current Core onto the board now.
I'm beginning to wonder, with this being a best of one set, you do kind of consider that, like you said, we went to this sort of neutral map, not something like Taiko Temple or even something like Inky's that could be very swingy. But here, with these players, when they're on that only best of one opportunity, they may become more anxious or have that mental fatigue. And so now they may make these choices where even if the flip would be good normally, maybe they do it a little bit earlier, just out of position. Like there, Key Jacob was just out of position for that last barrier, but unfortunately both their barriers are down now. And we have to see how they position to protect this goal in this 2v1. Nice clap, getting in the way of the passing lane. No opportunities here yet, but we have to see how long that can hold up as this ult comes through from Juliet.
Oh, an unfortunate roll there from Kwai Jacob down the wrong side, unfortunately. I always hate to see it on that Dubu, but MB Current Core will bring it to a tied set point here. Pretty similar energy going into this round as well. Pretty similar level score. So it's still kind of anyone's set, which could be pretty big. That first draft is always very nice, and there are, of course, some very solid things up for grabs when you have a relatively tame start like Quick Strikes. But this being said, one barrier is down. Wizard City Warriors looking for more core flip from Sora is going to shut that down, though. But in the top side now, Wizard City Warriors on the defense, able to clear it out. Sora trying to send it back in. Nice little roll there from Kwai Jacob to stop it, but core flip coming out from Flea is going to get shut down by a barrage from Nice Claps. Trying to send it back into Dogitos, who is staggered in this top side. Sora goes for the kills and burns the core flip, but Dogitos is still alive. Flea will be able to get a barrier here as Big Rig Oni-chan looks for more, but that Rasmus is still a threat, pushing up, just kind of playing for his life. Got to avoid that black hole, though. Nice little positioning there, get out of it. Kwai Jacob just keeping it up in the corner, buying a little bit of time here. Unfortunate roll there, but nice core flip to recover there, sending it up to Dogitos, but can't find an angle on the barrier, forced to dribble it out of the way. But a retry off of that midfield push will allow the barrier to come down. Core flip from Nice Clap sends it into the bottom, gets Sora on the 50 as Wizard City Warriors take set one.
that 50-50 really difficult to deal with when you're a low mobility character like Dubu. They made a good guess on the top side with a good angle in that Tufu Fortress, but they weren't able to cover the bottom side, and that's just sort of the weakness of one of these characters. But right now, the weakness in this draft is the Spark of Leadership pick with no other sparks available. This could be catastrophic for the red team because now they have so much time to scale with the Spark of Leadership already being up a set, where even if they lose the next two, they're going to be going into that last set with 3 sparks being shared with the team. And even if they don't because the other team denies, you have to consider that, well, now they just have 2 sparks on a character that maybe don't do all that much, and they're getting a bunch of Abyss Awakenings. We see the size come out for Rasmus is great. Rapid Fire for Kai, great. Timeless Creator, not sure how I feel about that on Dubu. I'm not much of a Dubu player. The aerials with the dash increase already, I could see that being good just to have like total global presence. And then the size on Juliet, always a big fan there. So I have to ask, who do you think was the real winner of this Awakening draft?
I think that draft definitely goes to Wizard City Warriors here. Rapid Fire on Kai is absolutely huge. The Spark of Leadership, of course, basically seals them in for the long game, even though they're probably opting to just end it quick. They have that insurance. And, of course, letting Rasmus get size is always very nice. Flea got the double dash, but, you know, it kind of feels a little bit redundant. It would have been nice to just have one and then maybe deny something else, maybe just take the Rapid Fire instead. But regardless, I think Wizard City Warriors came out very strong off of that, and they still are going strong. They got the first point. They've got 1 barrier here. They're looking for more. Big Rig Oni-chan able to get out of there, pushing into this top corner. The Soup is going to shut down the Cat Cannon, though, but now Kwai Jacob in the bottom, just on the defense, dribbling it against Big Rig Oni-chan, but dribbling in the bottom, has a core flip up, burns it here. Can't get the punch through, though. The defense is too good from the side of Wizard City Warriors. Kwai Jacob able to clear it through to Dogito's nice little dribble. The pendulum swing goes to the barrier, but Sora finds a clear. Nice dribble past the core flip as well from Sora on the defense. That was absolutely a very, very solid dribble to keep Dogitos from just taking that barrier. But going into overtime now, Sora sending it up into the top, but it doesn't look like they got an option for a huge push there. Wizard City Warriors will find the barriers. Nice claps. Able to send it right through Sora. Stuck a little bit early there. So Wizard City Warriors now decisively in the lead and on set point once again.
2 quick points for the blue team. Wizard City Warriors, honestly, I gotta say, I love that name. But right now, I'm loving this gameplay as they go to take the space around the black hole. The recovery drone working out great here. One of those awakenings that when you get it, lets you play a little bit more greedy in situations where maybe you just have to back off and lose the offense. But right now, they're still pretty low health. They could be dying to a glitch pop plus a dash, or this Juliet ult could be coming through with a punch, staggered now. So they have to rely on Key Jacob to pretty much solo this defense unless Nice Claps gets back in there, but the pendulum swing almost getting the core into the barrier. But unfortunately, the Rasmus has flown into the stands instead, and now we have a 2v3 situation. Power play coming out with Nice Claps at very low HP. Goalie on the red side having a core flip. It doesn't feel like they can really sneak anything here. They just have to wait for their remaining player and hope that Nice Claps isn't the next one to kick the bucket.
Unfortunately, not a lot that MB current core could do. They couldn't get anything going on that power play. And as soon as this Rasmus is back up, Wizard City Warriors, it just take down that barrier. And a nice soup there from Kwai Jacobs going to shut down Flea's core flip. Shan does have the core flip, burns it here, finds the KO, going for the barrier, brings out the flurries, but can't get it through this Dubu. Just too strong. Still in the bottom, though. 2v3 situation once again, this time into overtime. Can MB current core find the pressure here? Looks like no. Dogitos will respawn, send it all the way down the bottom corner. Nice claps with the dribble into Barrage. Sora on the goal line, dribbles it and saves it with the roll. Absolutely stellar, but doesn't matter anyway. Kwai Jacobs can be able to send it right back in, and Nice Claps will pick up the set as Wizard City Warriors up 2-0 now.
You know, in this draft, we're up 2-0. We maybe see a spark. We do see the spark come out, the spark of strength. However, with that Kai, when you have that rapid fire, you're going to potentially be looking at this prime time because those two overlap so well. So now it's going to come down to whether or not the Dubu wants to deny this spark of strength. And honestly, looking like they're taking the extra special, saying, even though if I take this, we just don't have enough power to overrun these guys. So I want to take a little bit of extra time to be able to say, okay, I'm going to help on this offense as we get this heavy impact on Juliet Rasmus, leaving the draft a little open here. No team player taken for either goalie. Those situations kind of understandable. The glass cannon coming out a little... I'm interested in that one because with Aimee, I feel like it's so easy to just accidentally get hit by something. And now we see the Deadeye be the last awakening for the Aimee here as a lot of damage comes out. And a lot of damage on the defense of the red team as they are already down a barrier, but they take one of their own. A good dribble, but it gets interrupted. And now we have to see if Nice Claps can get this to Dogitos with a Death Touch, but unfortunately nothing really comes out of this. The recovery drone already used, the Tofu Fortress also already used, and so now there's a lot less defense on the side of the blue team, but it doesn't matter. They are pure offense right now as they get this barrier. The Firewall Sentry securing the barrier, as well as also securing a death with that Juliet Dash Punch. The offenders a little stacked on top of each other here, but they're managing to find it through. The Black Hole giving them an extra opportunity. They're just taking it nice and slow. They say, you know what, we have the numbers, we can take our time. But unfortunately, that time gives Nice Claps enough time to get back to the fray. And now they're in a 2v1 situation in the net. The Tofu Fortress actually keeping the Aimi out of the defensive play, leaving Sawara to deal with that passing play by Nice Claps and Doggitos, as another point goes to the blue team, potentially looking like a 3-0 sweep this game.
Yeah, it's looking like it. NB Current Core, they get into these 2v3 situations and they just can't find a way to capitalize. They just aren't applying the pressure that they probably need to be. And it's just allowing Doggitos and Kwai Jacob to just kind of dribble it around, just maintain very solid core control and just stall out the time. That being said, one core flip here from Kwai Jacob will be traded for Fleas as a barrier does go down. Doggitos about to have theirs up right now as well. So is Sora. Core flip coming out from Doggitos. Going to get blocked by Big Rig Oni-chan, but still in the goal box back here. The push is still going on for Wizard City Warriors, and with that little strike, Nice Claps will bring down the goal. Core flip from Sora, though, will bring down a barrier in return. Doggitos with the Death Touch finds the big KO onto the Juliet, and Nice Claps able to walk it in with a barrage and bring Wizard City Warriors to match point.
A little bit of a slow roller rolling in there, but one thing with Rasmus is that he doesn't have the highest damage in the game, but with those sparks of strength, the entire team is kind of getting picked up with this team player. And so now, even though he can't do normally a ton of damage, he's a character that's fantastic at finishing kills. Any two of his buttons can feel like they can just guarantee a death. And right now, Flea has to look out for that on this offense, but unfortunately, the Death Touch comes out a little early. Not as much damage as he was like. The Pendulum Swing, not quite able to cut it either. So now we're either looking for something like a barrage to seal it, or potentially a way to knock them into this black hole. But right now, the only thing getting knocked around is Nice Claps and the core as they go for that barrier, but not able to get it. The Pendulum Swing not quite working out. Good offense on this top pillar. So now we just have to see if they can get to the bottom one, as both sides have one barrier left, and we fight pretty much just the bottom side of this map, the top side being wide open, giving a lot of space, and now the Tofu Fortress could be coming out to try to seal up this lane. But right now, they're just trying to get it to the Rasmus so they can see if anything can happen, but those Summer Assaults are really just holding down the defense for both sides.
Yeah, the Dubus are pretty hard to get through a lot of the times, but it's pretty solidly in the favor here of Wizard City Warriors going into this overtime. They do have a couple of core flips up here. Big Rig Oni-chan does have one up as well, but Doggitos with a nice pendulum swing dribble able to secure the barrier. The Tofu Fortress comes out. The cooldown is gone, but with the KO onto Nice Claps, it's going to leave that space open and allow... No! Flea with the backwards glitch pop! A self-goal on match point. Oh, you hate to see it, but that is Wizard City Warriors taking the game and moving on in the bracket.
As they now qualify for finale, you have to wonder if Flea's a little bit of a finny player at heart, but honestly, in those tense moments, these things do happen. So they shouldn't beat themselves up over it. The attempted play was a fine play to get it back to them, but unfortunately it just didn't work out. But the side of Wizard City Warriors working out for them as they qualify now, and so we have to wait to see what the next match is.
Yeah, very solid game though from Wizard City Warriors there. Absolutely very solid offense. They brought down those barriers. They made some very solid plays. The goalie plays, the defense plays, just the general patience all around was pretty much on point from them this match. So pretty decisively going to take that one and moving on to the the qualifications. So they will be in the OSOS finale with maintaining their perfect record as well, 7-0. So very nice. But we will be moving on to our next game pretty shortly, which is going to be Restel plus Adopted Son Ken Clam versus Chikara Chills.
You know, with these two teams, the Chikara team's pretty popular. They have a lot of different teams, and they have a pretty good community, pretty wholesome community from what I've met. This particular group, I don't believe I recognize any of the players. And then for the Restel plus Adopted Son King Clan, there's a lot of King Clans running around. It's sort of like the clones from the Clone Wars. These ones, however, I'm also not particularly familiar with. Do you think you could fill myself in as well as the chat with the teams that are going up here?
Yeah, so Chikara Chills is new to OSOS. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure that they haven't been in OSOS before. I don't recognize them, but they're part of Chikara, so I imagine they have that going for them, and they did, of course, go 5-0, like a lot of the teams we're seeing in this winter side. So very, very solid record there. Played above the 4 games with a perfect streak. So that's very cool to see. And Restel is actually kind of interesting. They actually qualified last season with a pretty solid. I don't remember what the record was, but they did qualify with a pretty solid record. And the way that they qualified was a losers bracket run where they beat 3 Chikara teams in a row, and kind of got dubbed as like the Chikara Killers. So it's pretty interesting to see them back once again facing another Chikara team. I'm very curious to see how this ends up going, but I imagine it's going to be a pretty solid game no matter what. Restel always puts on a very good show for us. I would kind of weight it maybe in their favor, but I have not seen Chikara Chills play. And they're kind of an X factor here, and they are still 5-0. Both teams actually 5-0 here. So I'm not entirely sure what to expect, but I'm always excited to see Restel.
I always love when there's a little bit of deep lore there, like you said, the Chikara Killers. But I wonder if they can keep running that gauntlet tonight as they face against Chikara Chills. Right now, we're just waiting for them to run into this lobby so we can get this game started. I don't believe we have an idea of what maps we're looking at yet. I think they're still figuring all that out. But you said you've seen this Restel team before. So do you know if there's any particular character picks they're well known for, or that you're hoping to see out of them, or maybe a particular map that you've seen them perform well on? Just something to give us a little more insight about this team.
Well, geez, it's been a good few weeks, so I don't have a perfect memory, but I think I've seen them play on multiple maps. I think the one I remember was Night Market, but then again, everyone kind of plays on Night Market. But they did pretty solid on that. I want to say, I think this was one of the teams that ran like a Drakkar midfield, and it ended up going really well. I'm not like 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that was a notable thing. There was a lot of stuff that happened in that qualifiers, but there were a lot of Drakkar teams, and I'm pretty sure that they were one of them. And they're like I specifically remember Drakkar midfield doing very, very well, and I'm pretty sure it was them that were running it. I think it was Doofus actually, if my memory serves correctly. But we will see for sure. They definitely have some pretty solid synergy. I think it was Doofus, Meowsy, and Dragalance last time. They do have, of course, extra player on the rosters, so we'll see if that ends up being. No, it will be Princess Yu in here tonight for Meowsy. But against Superman Guy, Golden, IDC, and Shinx on the side of Chikara Chills. So pretty solid lineups. I don't necessarily recognize anyone on Chikara Chills, so that's always pretty nice to see. We never know what to expect, but it looks like we will be going back to the lab once again. Same map as last time, so we'll just have to see. As soon as all the players are ready up, we'll be getting into it.
Yeah, Vaughn's Lab, a lot of people say that it's sort of the like neutral pick of this game. Like some people may not like Night Market or even something like Otten City, because with that huge map, kind of disincentivizes kill comps. Maybe you really love kill comps. But right now, like you said, the only map that matters is this Atlas Lab as we're going into this game. Right now, I do actually recognize the name of Golden IDC. I can't say where I recognize them from, but I do recognize them. So they are a somewhat notable figure as we go into this game. At least we would like to, as we wait for the customs lobby to actually work. But what can you do? Sometimes you just got to take a little bit of an extra second, giving these players a little extra second to breathe, as now we wait to see what these starting awakenings are, the starting bands, as well as what kind of picks these players are looking to pick into each other, as well as this map.
Yeah, I was like, we're just waiting on the custom lobby being a little bit weird, possibly, but
Frankly, I'm just grateful we haven't seen a million Spark of Leadership games start up, because the last time I commentated one of these, oh baby, it
oh
felt
yeah.
like left and right. Spark of Leadership was like the name of the game, and it just warped all of the drafts. That last one, we got to see people actually, get to pick things they want to pick, not have to feel like if I don't take this Spark, I just lose the game. But we'll have to see whether or not that keeps up. Hopefully I don't curse this one, but right now the only thing that's cursed is this lobby, as it just doesn't seem to want to start up. Perhaps there's a I know that there's a couple like console bugs that could cause issues like this, so we may just be waiting to see. All right, well, is everybody tabbed in? Is everybody ready? Maybe somebody had to cancel the queue real quick. Maybe one of the players isn't quite ready yet. Everybody's ready up, so it shouldn't be a problem. So, like you said, right now we're just waiting to get. Oh,
Oh. Okay, so I'm being told that we like got desynced or something. Hang on a minute. We're having some technical difficulties. But anyway, we were talking about fighting games earlier. So I know you were because we were just talking about Melty Blood for MB the last team, but oh, there we go. Okay, we kind of have a stream. Hang on a second. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is how we're watching this one, I guess. There's been a weird lobby bug. We kind of got desynced, so bear with us as this is kind of scuffed, but I mean, no one's scored yet, so we are still in the beginnings of the games. There is a Drakkar down on the side of Chikara Chills. It looks like the team names are backwards on the stream, but that doesn't really matter. We weren't expecting it to break like this. There's a core flip up for the side of Superman guy, but defending in this open goal is going to be tough. Core flip clear to Shinx. We'll get it out for now, but they still need to bring down one barrier here. Mousy up, pushing, trying to get up into this goal box, but the clears from the side of Chikara Chills are just not letting this Rasmus get a handle on it. It goes for the KO there. Shinx able to barely survive, just trying to play for their life a little bit here as Meowsy burning more cooldowns on it. It will allow Golden IDC to bring down the barrier. And with a core flip up on this Kazan, it could be a prime scoring opportunity. Going to burn it here. Wait out the Atlas secondary, but a core flip from Dragonlance is going to send it right back as Princess Yu from the midfield. Going for it again with the core flip. Can't find it, but a KO will come out here. It's a 2v3 now for the side of Ristel. Princess Yu dribbling in the midfield, getting up to Meowsy. Strike War win as Ristel first on the board.
This the quality of this gameplay is perhaps a little bit higher than the situation we are in watching it, but honestly, good defense for both teams there. A little disappointing not being able to hear all the sounds, but we kind of just have to make do with what we have, just like how they're making do after losing this first barrier. And now we have a core flip on the side of Meowsy, I believe is the name. I can't really particularly see it. As they go for this pendulum swing on the offense, trying to get it to Princess Yu with the help, but unfortunately both red team defenders on the forward side able to interrupt that play, as now a couple dribbles come out. The pendulum swing not quite making it. That Mako primary really great at just stuffing the core. Core flip comes out, nothing really gained. The Atlas ult has to come out as well, as now we see this barrier finally go down after what felt like an eternity of back and forth between these two players. And so now we just have to see if the passing opportunity comes. The black hole cutting the pass there, and now we have to wait to see if Dragonlance can get this out of here. The Ensnare Drum, I believe that move is called, has trapped the core as well as the player, and now they're going for this offense, but unfortunately they just can't get it past Golden IDC and Shinx. The spacing on them is great. Superman guy able to build up a core flip here, the passive not coming out from Mako. Shinx passing it, unfortunately, to blue people as we go into this offense on this barrier. Haven't quite lost it yet. The barrage comes out, the Atlas primary comes out, and now we're just looking to see if we can get this score or whether or not they'll be able to turn this around. The black hole turning around Meowsy's health bar as the Atlas comes back once again. And so now we just have to see how long this offense will keep up.
Yeah, now deep in this overtime here, Chikara Chills still can't bring down this barrier, but at the same time, Ristel can't find the angle to score it on. All three members of Chikara Chills retreat to defend every time. Of course, right there, Meowsy was able to win the strike war against Golden IDC and find the top. It will bring Ristel to match point now. That first set draft is always very crucial, but especially I think when there's a Kazan on the board, denying very important things like twin drive, rapid fire, specialized training, etc., can really be game changing with how much damage just went onto Meowsy right there. You can see why this character can become a massive threat if you just kind of let him run away with whatever awakenings that he wants. That's being said, one barrier is down, but energy is up for the side of Chikara Chills. Core flip from Shinx will bring down a top barrier in return as Dragonlance versus Shinx on this top side, looking to get it out, but Shinx with a nice little strike war, able to bring down this barrier. Meowsy looking to push this midfield on the rebound, but core flip from Golden IDC is going to send it all the way back around. Meowsy staggers, kind of play for his life. Golden IDC going to go for the hook, can't quite land it though. Back to Princess Yu in this top side, but Superman Guy able to push it out as Shinx looking for the shotgun, but not quite close enough. Golden IDC will pick up the KO right there, as now in this 2v3 Princess Yu and Superman Guy in the goal net, passing up to Golden IDC. Dragonlance in the bottom, but Shinx will find the shotgun on the out clear and put Chikara Chills on the board.
One thing I do want to note, this is a siphoning wand Drakkar, and looks like they're just trying to do that to get that little bit of extra damage to help Kazan start finishing off these kills, as well as there are a lot of times where with this shotgun, sometimes you do just get a little bit of chip damage for free, as right now they're trying to get a free kill onto Meowsy here with the health being so low and the Atlas ult maybe not being up for a little bit. We see the full utility up for Meowsy, though, as we actually do get to see their POV with the cooldown, so that is a nice touch for this game. And right now they make a nice touch as they dribble up onto this barrier, but unfortunately it gets turned around as Princess Yu is getting a little bit of damage. The Atlas ult actually just barely long enough to save them there from the black hole, as now Meowsy's looking like the next one on the chopping block here, as Chikara has said, okay, well, if we can't get this barrier as fast as we would like, maybe we can get these kills a little bit faster. As the ensnare drum comes out, misses the shark fin from the Mako primary, not quite getting the core, but right now, the only thing that's blood in the water is for the blue team as Meowsy goes down, and they have to see if they can get this 2v1 on the barrier.
2v1 or 2v3 now, and Princess Yu is looking pretty hurt themselves. Golden IDC has a core flip up, but Dragonlance will have one up pretty shortly here, pushing this bottom. The barrier goes down. Core from Golden IDC gets it right through Dragonlance, and now Chikara Chills have tied it on set point.
We're now going into this game 5. We have to see, with the momentum boots, it's giving Superman Guy a lot of opportunity to sort of be wherever they need to be, and on a character like Mako, where you do have those seemingly infinite strikes, it's like you can do whatever you need to do whenever you need to do it. Right now, Meowsy is getting a barrier here, making sure that they also get the opportunity to do whatever they need. Unfortunately, one thing I've noticed about this Atlas ult is that if you evade in it, you lose a little bit of that healing, so you kind of have to bargain whether or not you want to evade a hit that's coming your way that may kill you, or whether or not you just want that healing. A little bit unfortunate. Right now, Princess Yu cutting the pass here, making it a lot easier for Dragonlance to run this defense, as right now Meowsy taking a little bit of time to back up, everybody taking a little bit of time to back up, Princess Yu almost having this core flip, but it doesn't matter as Meowsy gets the top side of the bunker there. And now as we see that core flip kind of go away from Princess Yu, we have to see what they can pick up in this draft as compensation.
There's a nice little shot there from Dragonlance with the core flip and a Meowsy right there to capitalize on it. A couple of nice things. You got the Monumentalist, you got the Siege Machine here. For this Atlas, potentially, I'm thinking it might be a Siege Machine pickup. But he's actually going to go for the Spark of Focus here. It looks like a Demolitionist start as well, so I'm not sure what the other awakening was, but it's going to be a Recovery Drone on the Kazan, Siege Machine on the Mako for that projectiles and that cage to hit harder, Stagger Swagger for Meowsy. Aerials managing to find its way all the way down to the Drakkar, so very nice pickup there from Shinx. And the last one, the built different onto the Kai, not bad at all. So overall, pretty solid draft counter for both teams here. I think Shinx definitely kind of got away with a lot getting that aerials, but there were some nice things that were on that board here. It's being said now, one barrier down for each side. Princess Yu in the midfield with the dribbles, trying to get it back up to Meowsy. Not going to be too successful in that, but on the defense still, Rastel holding it down, getting it back up in the opposing team's goal net as Princess Yu sending it up, looking for this barrier, but it gets passed all the way back up by Chikara Chills to bring down a barrier of their own. Meowsy going for it again. That Stagger Swagger coming into play as Golden IDC is just unloading cooldowns onto them, looking for this push, but Superman guy just holding it down on this Mako right now as Dragonlance on the defense, trying to get it past this Drakkar. The cage is going to come out from Superman guy and shut that down. Shanks passing to Golden IDC, going for the hook, but Princess Yu falling back on the defense will clear it out of there. And with the core flip up now, oh no, goes for the evade. Unfortunate. Dragonlance evaded a little bit too late. Went for the evade strike against that shotgun, but just moments too late there, unfortunately. And that will be Chikara Chills going first on the board in this set.
As we look into this game, we do see a core flip on the side of Chikara Chills, and now they lose both their barriers, however, so maybe that core flip should have come out a little bit earlier, as we see Princess Yu going for that barrage to try to pick up the core to keep the offense up. But right now we see Golden IDC with the open primary, the top spin, I believe it's called, as they almost get that kill onto Princess Yu. You know, Kazan has a ton of buttons that can apply so much pressure, but right now the pressure is on them with that core flip. As they're low health, they want to build up some meter so that they can potentially evade some of these killing blows. But right now, the only killing blow is the one they're trying to make on this barrier. Princess Yu, being staggered, could potentially die to this maddening descent. The barrier goes down instead, as now they trade their potential to live for that barrier, but that leads to a goal for the side of Chikara.
Yeah, Chikara Chills.
There's so many Chikara. It gets so hard to like keep up with all of them.
Hard to remember all of them, but this is in fact Chikara Chills. Putting on a pretty chilling little comeback here on set point 2-0 like this is a very nice spot to be. Shanks able to bring down one barrier here. Looks like they're still going for more here, but all three members of Rastel able to back up, go on the defense, clear it out, and get a barrier of their own. And now pushing up from this bottom side, they're going for more. The barrier will fall as now Dragonlance sending it back in to keep the offense going. Meowsy with the hook. The Rasmus difference. Hooking it up and bringing it right into the top side. Rastel putting themselves back on the board and very much not out of this contest yet. Dragonlance with a core flip up this round. Could be a bit of a game changer trying to tie it up on this set point.
Right now we see the black hole go down, so a little bit of midfield openness here, but unfortunately the barrier goes down for the side of blue team, as now the core flip comes out. Not able to get much there, but it does get it out of their half. They keep this barrier, though. I say, as they instantly lose it, the Mako secondary, a great tool for both offensive and defense, but right there, the defense is a little bit short. The core flip, an early core flip, they're getting some damage, and the black hole finishing the job. You know, you would think that black hole is working for Kazan with how many kills it's gotten, and unfortunately, you would think that Expanse is working for the red team as it scores a goal on their own net.
Unfortunately, just moments too late. Shanks did a very, very good strike war with the shotgun there and just got it right through Princess Yu at the perfect time, and Dragonlance was not expecting it to be that quick. Just couldn't quite I don't even know if there was time to react to that, but Spark of Agility is on the board as Dragonlance has been building sparks, it seems. It will actually get denied by Superman guy. Quick Strike's going to the Drakkar here and Fighter Flight on the Kai. Heavy Impact will be the pickup for this Atlas. Mostly a deny against the Kazan here. It's going to have to settle for that Knife's Edge. Extra Special on the Rasmus. Not bad. Hotshot may have been the better pickup, but this will allow Meowsy to have the hook on kickoff every single time now, so that could potentially be pretty solid. The Rasmus has been putting in a lot of work scoring as well, so having that hookup more often could be potentially very nice. That being said, Meowsy taking a fair bit of damage here at the start of this round. Are going to have to play their life, let that Stagger Swagger regen kick in a little bit there, as both teams locked in at one barrier, and Shanks now pushing this top side. Golden IDC looking for the bottom one. Dragonlance able to block it, and now back in the hands of Meowsy. Pushing down, Dragonlance on the bottom side to secure it. Will bring down the barrier, and now with an open goal, looks like Rastel could have a good shot to score here once they cross this midfield line.
Right now, the offense is a little muddled. It kind of feels like they're in a situation where they can't really get the ball to Meowsy, but that's okay with those extra hooks. Like you said, maybe that'll give them more opportunities to get it for themselves. Right now, we're seeing this offense come out. The ensnare drums popped. The core flip still available. Golden IDC and Shanks both on their way to a core flip as well, I say, and there it goes. Dragonlance close to one of their own. So there could be a bunch of core flips coming out here just on the defensive side, but right now they can't get it out of the side of Chikara as they have to find their way around this defense. And right now, Dragonlance sending it back to the offense And now Princess Yu not able to get up there, but that's okay. The Atlas actually scoring in this overtime, as now core flip is available to them, and they go up a point in the set.
A nice little shot there from Dragonlance, set it all the way in the top. And that's, that's the one thing about Mako is very, very strong goalie, pretty much all around, except for the mobility department. If that primary is on cooldown, you kind of can't really hit things that are on the other side of the goal. This being said, though, 2 barriers will go down here. Restel earning both of them as Princess Yu dribbling and trying to find a way to get it through this midfield here and up to Meowsy. Core flip coming out from Dragonlance will be enough. Right up to Meowsy. The perfectly timed pendulum swing on Superman, guys. Just going to knock it right in. Great little combo there for Restel to bring them to set point.
As we go into the set point, though, we do know that on the Chikara Chills, they are no slouch when it comes to getting kills and turning these situations into victories for them. As right now, they almost score that second barrier. The Atlas ult has to come out early. And so now, if they do get this point ahead, they will have more time. Right now, Meowsy is looking to cut that time as they get it to Princess Yu. And they try to go on this barrier, but unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out. A core flip's still available. But at some point, you got to wonder whether or not they're going to start getting pressured on that flip as it gets used, gets the lock, and now they're looking to take a lock of their own as compensation. Right now we see the Whiplash come out. Nothing quite come from it yet. Almost a good strike war, but unfortunately just a little bit of an awkward angle to work with. As now Meowsy actually cuts that pass that goes between the 2 red players. And now we have to see whether or not they can get this goal, but unfortunately the core just can't seem to stay on their side. It looks like they're having a little bit of trouble getting the scoring. But with the black hole pop, maybe that'll give them a little bit more opportunity. The Death Touch comes out, but they lose the lock in the process, and they also lose the goal. So you have to wonder whether or not maybe they just need to get more involved, or whether or not this is just some really good offense on the side of Chikara Chills.
Yeah, I think Chills just kind of clutched up there and brought down a goal. I mean, this is Omega Strikers. We see things turn around at really any given moment all the time. And with the way, the last sets have been going, it's been pretty back and forth. So I'm really not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all, actually, if Chikara Chills just came back and took this set entirely. This being said, it's still very much anyone's game. And with energy pretty decisively on the side of Restel here, they could look to close it out with a big power play. There is some stagger down as well. As being said, Princess Yu taking a lot of damage. They are going to have to run back and play their life a little bit. And now on this bottom side, Golden IGC sending it up to the top. Expanse from Dragonlance into core flip. Send it out of there past Shanks is going to allow Meowsy now to push up from this top side. Does have a core flip up. Going to hold on to it here, though. Looking for a better angle. Princess Yu on the defense again. Taking a lot of damage. The Atlas ult will come out as Meowsy pushing up. Core flip point blank. Will get the barrier here. Dragonlance sending it back in the midfield. Meowsy strike whirlwind trying to push it up into this bottom corner. But Shinx in the midfield is going to shut down that pass there and try and keep it going. Superman guy pushed way up, but too far up. It's going to allow Princess Yu to just walk it around and sink it in. Restel win the set. 3-1 Dragonlance MVP.
When you have those momentum boots, you think, oh, well, I'm the fastest person in the world. But sometimes that hubris can cause you to get put in situations like that where that Death Touch comes out, pulls you in, and says, okay, you've got Kazan, but I'm the original man with hooks here. As they get slowed, can't do anything about that goal. And so now we see the Among Titans come out as well as Team Player, 2 very potentially volatile awakenings. The Team Player on Mako, a great pickup, as they're going to help their defense a lot in just getting the core out of there as fast as possible. But the Among Titans giving Rasmus that size, as well as that Rasmus picking up the prime time, could be great for them as far as the scoring opportunities, but Kazan here picking up the twin drive, giving a lot more kill pressure. So now if they don't win this set, it could be catastrophic for the side of Restel.
I am very surprised that twin drive made it all the way down to the Kazan and wasn't picked up by Dragonlance, but I guess the idea is that, like, it doesn't really matter since Golden hasn't been getting too many KOs. It's been kind of in their favor anyway. But still, I'd say Chikara Chills kind of got away with a lot on that draft. So they are working with some pretty solid tools right now. That being said, the Among Titans is very nice on the side of Restel here. So we'll see if they can continue to make it work. This Kazan, of course, just going to be a little bit more of a problem than previously. But energy is coming up for both sides. Princess Yu dribbling up on the top side, pass down to Meowsy. He's going to get interrupted by Golden. Looks like they're going for another try here. Dragonlance just needs to get out of this corner off to Meowsy in this bottom side. The cage is going to come out from Superman guy, though, and it's going to shut that down. Princess Yu on the top, brings out the Giga Blast. Can't quite get the angle, though. It's going to go back into the bottom. Golden IDC able to bring down the barrier. Core flips it, bounces it off the goal gate as well, and finds the point as Chikara Chills first on the board and just firing right back.
These hooks are looking a little preemptive. Maybe a little more opportunities to hook the goalie. I feel like when you take that extra special, sometimes it could be a little bit of a curse because you think, all right, well, I just have it as much as I want. I'm going to just let these hooks rip and see what I can get off of them. But sometimes it can make your offense a little more awkward, as right now they get no problem as they're on their offense as they take the first barrier, but one traded for their own. The barrage helping secure that second one. And now Shanks is looking to apply a little pressure on a Meowsy. No core flips available right now. Dragonlane's working on one of their own, but the side of the Chikara really just lacking in energy. It could be an issue for these evade clears, especially if a good pendulum swing comes down, as right now they're going for the dribble. Don't quite get it, and now they're looking to see if they can get this core out of their half, but with team player on the side of Chikara, it makes it a whole lot easier to keep that offense going, even in a situation like this where they are a little bit down. As right now, Golden IDC tries to get that health down on Meowsy. Shanks helping as well with the siphoning wand on that shotgun, and right now they're kind of just swarming this player, putting them in an awful situation where they could die at any moment, but right now they're healing back up. I believe they have Stagger Swagger helping them out. And so now we just have to see how long it'll be until either this barrier goes down or the life of a player does.
Yeah, there is a core flip up on Dragonlance, but this is the overtime, and this is a big push potentially coming out from Ristel here. Princess Yu dribbling on the top side, trying to get it through. Back in this top corner, Meowsy pushing up with the Whiplash. Will find it through Superman Guy, as Ristel fire right back here with a point of their own, preserve the core flip and everything. Looking very solid going into this round. This being said, Chikara Chills also has a fair bit of energy on their side. Very explosive kickoff coming out. No barriers will go down, but this Kazan is actually kind of a menace right now. Meowsy's health bar just absolutely depleted for a moment there. The Atlas ult had to be spent. There is a Stagger Swagger on this Rasmus, but still, that being said, if you can't regen, the Stagger Swagger will never actually kick in. And yeah, right now, Meowsy just kind of having to play for their life as Superman Guy gets free clear, and Golden IDC will pick up the KO here as things start to turn around for Chikara Chills. Both barriers going down off of that core flip play. Golden IDC with the hook. Superman Guy pushing up into this midfield as Ristel just looking to buy time. Princess Yu dribbling up the midfield. Has a core flip now of their own, burning it here, but nothing quite going to come of it. They will get it off the rebound, though, as they're still looking to push this top corner. Princess Yu in the midfield is going to get struck war there by Shanks, as it's now back on the offense for Chikara Chills. Golden IDC going for the shot, blocked by the Atlas primary. And now Meowsy and Princess Yu looking for a point of their own. Meowsy will find it with the pendulum swing. Ristel is on match point.
These rounds are going a little bit longer than I expected, honestly. When I saw that Kazan get twin drive, I thought there would be deaths left and right. Only won that round, though, and they managed to hold it down until that player got back, so excellent by them. The death touch actually almost doing exactly what it needed to, killing that barrier, but unfortunately they were able to save it, as now Golden IDC goes up this expanse, kind of killing their defense, as right now we're looking to see if they can get it out. But right now, this Kazan is just applying too much pressure. Dragonlance not able to build that core flip, only a little bit of energy off. And right now, we're sitting at match point, but it also could be a set 5 coming our way.
Yeah, Chikara Chills is just absolutely keeping up with Ristel right now. I think they're beginning to really feel the effects of that twin drive on this Kazan. It's definitely making a difference. Just so many abilities up all the time. Chikara Chills is just, this can just go either way at any given moment. Both barriers still up. Dragonlance, nice little defense there, and still kept the core flip up this whole time, though, but it's going to need a little bit more. Going to need to bring on this barrier. Core flip for Superman Guy is going to send it all the way around as Dragonlance looking to send it back in. Meowsy with the strike war will earn the barrier here. Princess Yu going for the top, but Shanks with the core flip gets it out of there. Can't find any barriers, though. Looks like they're going to the top side, and will earn one there, but Meowsy with the hook looking for another push of their own, but just can't quite get it through Superman Guy. Sending it back in now. Princess Yu with the dribble. Can't get it out of this midfield. Dragonlance still has this core flip, just holding on to it in the back pocket. Very nice to have one just in case something goes wrong. They just need to be patient here. And look for those secures. And going into this overtime, this may be the place to find it.
You say that, and they score the goal. The strike war there by Meowsy, excellent, securing the victory for their team. 3-2 was looking scarily like a potential set 5 situation for them, and at this best of 1, you really don't want that long game. You want to take your lead and run with it, and they managed to run away with this win as they take the win over Chikara Chills with some excellent gameplay. A couple of miscommunications in the offense, a little bit of issues on the defense at times, but at the same time, they did their best to keep the pressure going. And honestly, when you come out of that with a victory, all you can do is sort of smile and say, you know what, even if we had a few mistakes, even if things didn't go as perfectly as we would like, we still were the better team at the end of the day, and we showed it with our gameplay.
Yeah, we're still the Chikara Killers out here. Will qualify for their second OSOS in a row. So congratulations and GG's. This being said, Chikara Chills will be going down to the losers quarterfinals, looks like, to face Seraphim Sanguine Orpal, the newest Seraphim team here. So that Seraphim Chikara face-off coming up, pretty soon. But that's going to be all from us. We're going to take a short little break and then be right back with those losers round games and the Seraphim Chikara face-off. So you have anything else to say, Dendar?
The only thing I gotta say is hopefully for our next commentators, they don't run into the same bugs we are. But honestly, as long as the games keep going well, that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry about those technical difficulties, but they should be fixed. That was a very rare bug where we got kicked. We didn't get kicked out, but we just couldn't see the game, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll be taking a quick little break, and then we'll be right back with those losers games. So don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. We are back once again with OSOS Season 5, Week 1. About to be heading into these losers quarterfinals games to see where the rest of these teams end up placing. I'm back once again with Fwop Dwop this time. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I've been in the background. I've been watching, keeping up. The match has been pretty good tonight. I'm kind of yapping to all the teams while I watch. It's been a fun time. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's been a pretty solid start here in Week 1, I think. Got some pretty solid games. Last game especially was pretty nice. Para Chills did get knocked into the losers bracket here by Restel, the Chikara Killers. So now they get to play in the losers bracket rivalry match. Chikara Chills versus Seraphim Sanguine Orpal, the newest Seraphim team. The first week in OSOS, and they're already here in the qualifiers, so pretty impressive stuff. Chikara Chills as well, I believe, first week in OSOS, and also here in the qualifiers. Both teams 5-1 records, so very nice coming into this. And looks like we're just waiting on map picks to continue. And yes, the winner of this is going to play, is going to move on to the losers finals, only one qualifier in losers bracket, where they're going to play the undefeated late Sleepyheads. 6-0 undefeated team is what is waiting for the winner of this match at the end of this.
That is a team. I don't think I recognize them. I know they're undefeated, but I don't. Are they also a new team?
I think they are. I don't recognize any of the names that I'm seeing on Start GG. So I'm going to guess that they are also a new team. It seems like there's been a lot of new teams. I think the only recurring teams in this bracket is Restel and Seraphim Oxblood. I think that's it. I think everyone else is a new team.
That does sound right, because I remember Estelle, having their run last time, wiping out Chikara during last season. And Seraphim Oxblood has been here for a while, but I think the other 6 teams here are new. Or maybe they came in near the end of last season but didn't get too far. But yeah, these are very good runs for new players, especially in the first week, which a lot of the time in these multi-week qualification match sort of things like this lift off in that these first couple days and these first weeks, the first chances tend to be a bit higher quality, right? That you have some of the harder matchups, in quotes. So it's impressive to see all these new teams in here that are just, making a name for themselves very early on.
Yeah, you love to see it. It was a very big turnout tonight as well. There's 37 teams or something showing up. So awesome turnout for OSOS. But we are getting into this on Atlas's Lab once again. Seems to be the map of the night. All matches have been on this so far. As we're going into this ban phase, looks like it's going to be a Drakkar ban coming out from the side of Chikara Chills here as they hover. Kind of a weird lineup, but it will be a Kazan ban. Looks like Seraphim Sanguine Orpal was watching that last match and did not want to see that Kazan.
Yeah, Drakkar ban, probably for the missile prop that we have. It is a missile prop and an explosive entrance start, so I can understand both the bans, right? We just saw the Kazan be played. Explosive entrance is very good on him with all those buffs, and then the missile prop, Drakkar's universally considered this awakening. It is very good, and I thought we might see a different comp come from Chikara Chills here, but no, we are seeing the Amy Rune forward duo that was hovered. I don't think I've ever seen this one.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I didn't want to say anything initially because I thought it was maybe just a random hover, but yeah, going with that missile prop Rune Golden IDC, going for that in the midfield is gonna be pretty interesting to see. We do of course have the Era and Now and Kai combo over on the side of Seraphim Sanguine Orpal, playing a lot of that speed lane. Both barriers will go down here though as Chikara looks to keep this push going. They have the level 2 on Shinx. Everyone else still stuck at this level 1 for now, so a little bit of extra to work with. This being said, Avistar will be able to bring down that barrier with that beam as Miyako looking to push up. Not going to be able to find it. Shinx getting it back in with the glitch pop down to the bottom corner. Goes for the cyber swipes, but can't quite hold on to it long enough to sink it in. Back into the hands of Superman Guy, sending it all across the field. Calicota passing down to Evister, fighting Shinx in the midfield. Nice pass to Golden IDC, looking for an angle here. Dribbling it down to the bottom. Nice rune pillar to self-pass. Golden IDC putting that rune to work. Sinks it right into the top.
It's so brutal. You have to make it. You force the goalie into this spot where he's forced to either clear it down, right, where the core is going. The Amy's blinking in. You have a lot of pressure down there. And at any point, you just have the possibility of saying, nope, this ball is back in my hands. Sorry, that was never going down there. And it's a very good mix-up that Golden I don't care seems to have down.
Yeah, that was pretty insane to watch. I am excited to see what else Golden I don't care brings out for us this match. Being said, Miyako will find a KO onto the Aimi here, now dribbling in the top side and holding onto this core flip. The Atlas secondary is going to shut it down though, and the core flip will whiff on air. 3 seconds until the midfielder is back. Avister looking to push this up. Miyako with the now secondary, going to be able to dribble it kind of off Superman Guy there and get back in time to sink it in, as Seraphim Sanguine Orpal will tie it up in this first set.
Yeah, we're seeing here the strength of Seraphim Sanguine Orpal's team comp here. But you have the triple haste character, the Era to buff the other two. This now can cover a lot of ground. They all can. Oh my god, another dead. Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, unfortunately this Aimi just not able to catch a break. Miyako just shutting them down every chance that they get. And now looking for this barrier here as well. The storm coming out from Evister. Superman Guy able to hold off that one, but still need to getting it out of this bottom corner as Evister pushing up hard. Another KO from Miyako with the now secondary. And the barrier falls too. Core flip coming out from the Kai passing it down to the midfield, and a little passing plays later, they will pick up the point. Sanguine Orpal bringing it to set point as Miyako just running rampant against Shinx right now.
Miyako using this missile prop, the extra knockback. Normally you don't consider Mocker now a kill character, but there is a decent amount of knockback on that primary. And when you pick up the missile prop, that's just a 20% buff. People are not ready for you to hit them that hard.
Yeah, this will be a banish coming out onto Miyako here. They have taken down both barriers, though. Golden I don't care is kind of hurt. Just kind of hang back a bit. Unfortunate clear from Caliota is going to kind of self-barrier, so both goals are open now. Golden I don't care dribbling off the bottom. Nice little shot into that bottom corner, though, as Chikara Chills is going to bring it back. And suddenly I have the feeling that this is going to be one of those games that's just going to be going back and forth.
It is a very close game so far, and this is a very important draft. All these characters are very volatile if they get a good awakening, right? You have like the Timeless, the Monu, all that, and oh my, double barrier on the side of Chikara Chills.
Very good shot there from Shinx. Is going to be rewarded with a core flip earn. Not going to be able to find the shot off of it, but will be able to put it in position where Golden I don't care might be able to cook. Core flip from Miyako that's going to shut it down, but core flip from Superman Guy sends it right back in. Shinx passing it down to Golden I don't care, looking for this shot, bouncing it off the pillar, but just can't quite get the angle here. They're still up very solidly, 2 barriers to none as Evister and Miyako looking for barriers of their own. They'll get one on the top side, looking to push for more. Golden I don't care. It's going to have a core flip up soon, though, so it's going to be a bit of a tight situation to get Superman Guy able to clear it out. Golden I don't care teleporting down, core flips it into the top side. Great plays coming out from this rune as Chikara Chills takes set 1.
That is so tragic. A very good shot by Golden. Caliota almost had the Giga there to save it, but you don't have the time to react. It is completely prediction. You cannot react to that, and unfortunately that's just how it goes, and that will mean that Golden I do not care ends up with their choice of first awakening. He's going to pick up the hot shot. Pretty good. You get the red speed, you get the cooldowns. It's all nice, but I think it's actually not that great in comparison to what Seraphim Sanguine Orpal gets here with the quick strikes and the twin drive. Very strong awakenings. Now is very good at abusing the quick strike because she can just force strike wars. Era, you're giving your entire team speed boost. It's very rough. What do? Yes, you have hot shot, but you also have knife's edge on your Amy and glass cannon on your Atlas, which is nice. You get some speed, but not nearly as impactful, in my opinion, as the quick strikes twin drive.
Yeah, and Golden, I don't care now. Firing back with a bit of a revenge kill against Miyako. 4 more seconds until this now is back. They've earned 1 barrier off of this. They're looking for more, but Miyako will be back online here and pushing up. Unfortunate secondary there from Superman Guy will result in 1 barrier going down. They're looking to hold this top one here and back up in the hands of Shinx, but Caliota able to clear it out up to Evster. The Storm's going to be coming out, but Golden, I don't care on the defense. Able to clear it out of that situation. Took a lot of damage for it, but should be okay. Here going to be teleporting up, looking to reconvert this offense. Banish coming out to keep the core held in place and get a hold of it. The Cat Cannon as well on the defense. They're trying to get it out of this goal in that, but Seraphim Sanguine Orpal is holding it in there well, and a Giga Blast from Caliota will bring down the berry. Evster with the KO from the primary is going to take out the Imi with Core Flip, which is really unfortunate. It's just going to allow Miyako to walk right up, Core Flip it right in, and Seraphim Sanguine Orpal take it once again, another point, and Shinx is just not allowed to play the game.
Yeah, Shinx taking, I believe it was 2 of those spec training Gigas. The Giga Blast from Guy are a little dangerous. You're talking about a 60% increase on it right now. That's a lot of damage that you can't tank. You just do not have the health in the game to do it. It's just not possible.
Yeah, the damage has been pretty devastating, and now it seems this Golden I don't care who is the target. We'll pick up a barrier here, but Caliota is going to find the KO with the barrage and 2 core flips versus the 1. Sanguine Orpal up on the energy. Miyako just going to push it in with the now secondary, bring down the barrier. Core flip from Evster is going to bait out Superman Guy's core flip as well and just sink it right in. Seraphim Sanguine Orpal 2-0 now on set point and looking to bring it right back.
That is the strength of Seraphim Sanguine Orpal's team. The Era and the Kai, the Now, they all scale very well. So they can afford to like lose the first set or two because their characters are just going to scale better, in my opinion. Amy doesn't have too much going for. You're kind of contested with your Awakening picks for like your Rune Atlas.
Core flip from Miyako here brings down the second barrier. Caliota still having one up in the back pocket. Very good position if you're Seraphim Sanguine Orpal. Golden, I don't care, with a nice little teleport into Strike War to get a barrier of their own, but still need to get one more and took a lot of damage for it. Miyako dribbling, pushing up into this goal box here, bring down the secondary, but doesn't quite get the angle, but Evster looking for another try here. Passing now up to Miyako, dribbling on this top side, sending it down, but Shinx is in the way in this midfield, and now looking for barrier of their own. Nice pillar from Golden, I don't care, is going to bring it down. Evster on this bottom side, trying to pass it up to Miyako, playing on this bottom corner. Golden, I don't care, is a bit out of the play, but still in a good position for Superman Guy to find the clear. Shinx with the core flip, trying to get it out of here, whips it around the black hole. Caliota sending it right back into Evster. Miyako going for the dribble, but can't quite get a hold of it. The Storm's going to be enough to get it to them. Finding the shot perfectly into that top slot as Seraphim Sanguine Orpal takes set 2.
We're seeing the strength of this quick strikes. This Now is just able to run wherever she wants with this ball. She just has more strikes. She has the win button, and she's going to get rewarded Monumentalist. Oh my. That is not what you want to see. Monu is notoriously strong on Now. It makes it almost impossible to deal with. There's the pickup as we expected. You know, Amy might pick up a Timeless here. I'm unsure. Went Recovery Drone. Okay, find a bit of survivability there, maybe. Assuming you're not just dead more that it can revive you. I'm not actually sure it's going to save you, but we do have some really good picks for the side of Seraphim. Sanguine Orpal with the Monu and the team player. You know, we have the Spark possibility on Evster. And for Chikara Chills, you really got a Primetime. That's about it. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, Seraphim Sanguine Orpal kind of making off like bandits on that draft, especially with that Miyako on that MVP, picking up that Monu. It's going to just push their momentum even harder. I mean, like you said, their team comp is just going to scale so hard into this late game. They're going to have that, that long game advantage. It is 1 barrier to 1 barrier now as Shinx and Miyako just in the midfield. Miyako does have a core flip up now and looking to push up and find a spot to use it, but 3v1, the defense is going to be there for Chikara Chills to clear that one out. Now Evster looking for the pass, sending it up top. Golden, I don't care, taking a lot of damage. Just having to play for their life in this midfield. Just trying to dribble it down, keep it out of the hands of Seraphim Sanguine Orpal, but that is hard to do. Nice little glitch spot from Shinx, though. Gets it around the backside of the barrier. Going to whiff the core flip on the air, but it's fine. The goal is open. Miyako finds another kill onto Golden. I don't care, though. And with the core flip, this could be dangerous. Glitch spot from Shinx. Going to bounce around, but Evster just passing it up to Miyako. Core flip, but Superman Guy saves it with the core flip of Miyako. With the Now primary, is going to shut it down and find the point regardless.
a beautiful series from both players, right? That flip there was able to catch it like right on the goal line, but that's the strength of this now, is that, you know, you've got so much pressure on you that you kind of forget about the primary, and it comes back to haunt you.
Massive core flip from Evster brings down both barriers here. Seraphim Sanguine Orpal has opened up the goal. Miyako with the dribble, sending it back up into this top corner with Evster. Now they're looking to push for this point. Caliota just keeps sending it right back in as Chikara Chills can't quite find a barrier of their own. Caliota almost at a core flip as well. It's going to be very hard to score on that in just a minute here. It's Evster pushing this bottom side. Shinx trying to find a pass with Golden. I don't care. It's taking so much damage. Can't really make any kind of risky positioning or will just die. And now back in the hands of Evster. Pops the black hole. Doesn't kill Golden. I don't care. And a barrier will fall, but they should still be okay. Shinx is in this bottom side. Caliota picks up the kill onto Golden. I don't care. Miyako dribbling in the top, passing down to Evster, the Atlas secondary. Shuts it down now. Caliota sending it back in. Dribble into core flip. Miyako finds the point.
Caliota is like a gargoyle back here in his net, man. Typically we see these guys, right? Especially into teams like this where you don't have a lot of scoring pressure, right? These guys will run forward and try to make a play with their barrage, with the speed, with the Giga and all that. But Caliota is just... He is a sentry turret. He stands back here and he throws Gigas, and they're working. It's working wonders for him.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, their offense has been very, very solid this whole match. A little banish there from Golden. I don't care. It's going to keep it locked up in this top side, though. But Seraphim Sanguine Orpal able to get it out of the situation. Back down to Evster. The Storm in this midfield looking to push hard. Nice little series of events, but the defense from Chikara Chills will hold. Caliota with a core flip in the back pocket. If anything does go wrong, nice Giga Blast save, but the pillar is going to be a little bit too much. Going to have to core flip to save this bottom barrier here. Golden, I don't care, able to get it through two members of Seraphim and open up the goal, though. So with both sides open, Chikara looking to get a point on the board here. Caliota sending the barrage down to Evster. The core flip from Shank sends it right to Golden. I don't care. Off the bumper. Absolutely perfect as Chikara Chills finds a point of their own.
Signs of life have been shown, and you really need to take this set. We're getting near the end in terms of, you know, before the sets become figured out. You don't want to lose out on that BIS that you have for your characters. The Amy, the Amy, the Rune, the Atlas, they all want these Awakenings to build themselves some early power so you can close this game out. Because if it goes to set 5, I don't know how you win. It just, this comp scale's too hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Seraphim Sanguine Orpal have the late game to hold out, and they could honestly have the early game too as well with the aggression we're seeing. Core flip there from Evster brings down the barrier. Shinx with a little core flip there will get the barrier and open up the goal in return, though. An unfortunate clear there from Caliota. The pillar from Golden, I don't care, was put up at just the right time and able to reflect it back in. The Rune call out will put Chikara Chills tie it up for set point here.
That point, very, very close, but we do have the flip on the side of Miyako. Well, just kidding. That has to be Caster Curse if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, unfortunate flip loss there, but one barrier to one barrier. Golden, I don't care, has a flip up of their own here. Miyako, though, on this top side, just trying to avoid that outcome happening. Caliota with a nice little strike shot, but Golden, I don't care, is pushing up hard, dribbling on the bottom side. Glitch prop from Shinx tries to send it in. Caliota able to clear it out of there, though. Looks like they're going to try and go for it again. The Giga Blast comes out and Shinx goes down. The recovery drone will kick in, but they will lose the barrier here. Superman Guy does have a core flip. Golden, I don't care, goes for the core flip. Caliota able to clear it out of there. And Superman Guy, unfortunate Atlas moment, hits it into their own expanse. It wasn't done yet. It was still there for a few more frames. It's going to be a self goal to end it out as Seraphim Sanguine Orpal will take their second set and another Miyako MVP.
Yeah, Miyako has the choice of Chrono Boost here, which is going to really make it hard. They've opted into the demo, probably saving that Chrono for like the era or something, since it can't really be denied, I imagine. You know, whoa. Yep, okay. Things are playing out sort of how I figured. We have the Chrono Boost and the Chrono Boost on the era, so that team's going to be really fast now. They've scaled. And then you have the extra special, so this Kai that's dishing out 60% damage gigas has more of them. But on the other side, we do have Among Titans. And maybe some Deadeye plays that could happen. But the Among Titans might be enough speed and size for your team to like make up this this massive speed difference that Sanguine Orpal's team comp has.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. Sanguine Orpal has opened up the goal as Evster looking to find a point on this bottom side. Won't play out there, but Caliota looking to send it back up to Miyako here. Superman guy, nice little Atlas primary there to clear it out, but Miyako still in this midfield. Giga Blast from Caliota, keeps sending it back in. He's just AFK on the barrier, just shooting projectiles at the core, but Miyako has a core flip up. Oh, whiffs it on the air. Golden, I don't care, was able to get it out of there in time as the recovery drone kicking in for Shinx once again, and now that's gone for the rest of the set. Caliota with a nice little Giga Blast pass up to Miyako, dribbling it around this top side, avoiding all the creations, but will eventually lose control of it here. Superman guy looking to send it back in. Does have a core flip up of their own, just in case. Gonna burn it here, sending it right at the barrier, but Caliota sends it back right over to Evster. Now with the Giga Blast, passing it up, it's over to Miyako in this top side, looking for a shot, but can't quite find it. Caliota once again sending it down to Evster, has a core flip up, can't burn it there with the primary animation, but sending it back up to Miyako. The offense is still going here for Seraphim. Miyako with a nice little now primary as well, right into the out clear. Superman guy will pick up the point.
Yeah, Miyako dipped out to heal Evster, right? And it gives you that false sense of security because you think, oh, okay, the now's gone. The now is not gone. She has eject button built into her kit for fun.
Yeah, it was a very solid play there from Miyako, as it's kind of been a little bit of the Miyako show, but all of Seraphim Sanguine Orpal has been putting up a very solid performance so far with this offense. Evster does still have a core flip up here. Caliota needs to find a way to get it out of this top corner and over to Miyako, and there we go. And another KO from Miyako, this time on a golden I don't care. 8 seconds till this rune is back. They learn one barrier from it. Looks like Evster going to core flip for the second one. Caliota able to defend it. Will waste the core flip, but it doesn't matter because Miyako's just going to waltz right in and drop all the cooldowns to stuff it past this Atlas and Seraphim Sanguine Orpal on match point now.
Caliota seemingly falling asleep back there. You know, we strike, we panic. I feel like it was a panic strike into a panic flip because we weren't sure if the strike hit. But yeah, this is match point, and it's looking very, very scary for Chikara Chills with both barriers down. Oh my
goodness! What a play from Miyako! Just brought down the barrier, the core flip, the Giga. That was an incredible way to end that game. We'll have to see that one on the replay.
Yeah, Miyako may have put it in, but that Giga definitely put 2 players in the net. At least one for sure. I'm unsure if it actually killed Superman, but I know I saw a revs. I saw the revive drone go down, and that was brutal. Miyako ran, wow. Miyako ran a circus on these guys. It just seemed like as soon as they picked up the quick strikes, it's so impossible to get the ball from her. You know, that's just now. You can't strike it through her because she just wins every interaction with secondary and primary. But whenever Miyako's also dribbling it around you, like you can't hit it. It's so hard. It's so rough. I don't know. It was just overall, Sanguine Orpal played really, really well. If Miyako is the MVP of this game, you know, the one to keep your eyes on for this one. Caliota and Evster also did really well, but, you know, it's a scorer's life. Whoever scores the most goal is clearly the one that gets the attention.
Yeah, for sure. And, I mean, you know, 9 goals here from Miyako, 3 KOs as well, 3 from Caliota and 2 from Evster on the era, and I think that they were both primary kills as well. I don't think the Storm actually killed anyone. So overall, that's 8 KOs from Sanguine Orpal here versus the 1 from Chikara. Overall, just a very solid performance. I mean, when you're in a position where your goalie can literally stand on the barrier and just throw out a projectile every now and again and be totally fine, you probably have a really good offense.
Yeah, it definitely did seem like Caliota got to have a nice relaxing spa day in the back. And hey, sometimes you get that as the goalie, and other times you have to fight for your life. That's just how it is. But that will mean that Seraphim Sanguine Orpal is going to move on to the loser semifinal to play against the late Sleepyheads. Yeah,
and I imagine, well, I'm not really sure what to imagine. I have no notion of what late Sleepyheads is bringing to the table here. I don't recognize this roster. They're 6-0, undefeated here in this losers semifinal. They took out Seraphim Oxblood. They took out MB Current Core to get here. So it's a bit of a coin toss. I'm really not sure what to expect, but if Seraphim Sanguine Orpal is able to bring the now to the table and keeps this momentum going, late Sleepyheads is going to have to cook up something very different from what Chikara tried, I guess, to try and beat them. And I mean, Chikara did pretty well. The rune went hard. The defense went pretty hard. They were holding it down, but Sanguine Orpal's offense was just so aggressive, and I'm curious to see what late Sleepyhead's answer to that is going to be.
Yeah, I do think we got to see there where, like we've been saying, Orpal's, like, they just kept the ball up so long, right? The Now and the Era are very good at keeping core in possession, and when it does get by them, I mean, chances are you probably don't have a lot of offense, right? You probably don't have a lot to pressure the Kai that's standing behind them, with the strike shot, the Giga, the barrage. There's a lot to just immediately give your forwards possession back, and you need a way to deal with that. And I don't know what the way to deal with that is. I can't come up with that on the spot. Like, maybe something with some range, like an Estelle or a Luna or something that can, like, help offset that pressure, but you got to figure something out. You have to find a way to get it to the Kai and apply more pressure than what was applied last time. Because the Kai was scoreable on, and the Kai, they played well, but it is possible to score on them, but the issue is you just never got any attempts. And the ones that you did, I mean, were so few and far between that you just bleed out, right? You run out of time.
Yeah. It's hard to say, like, what Sanguine's Orpal's defense really could be like under crazy high pressure, because, well, we didn't really get to see that. They never gave Chikara the chance to even apply pressure, because they were the ones applying the pressure. But this is late Sleepyheads. Aluk, Hoodie Sleeps, and Nap Time 1.
Not a clue. I don't know any of these players.
Me neither. I have no idea what to expect, but I figure maps will also be probably a factor here. I don't know if they do end up going back to Atlas Lab. It could just be in Sanguine Orpal's favor, but there's some lore. We do have some lore here on late Sleepyheads. They were a last-minute sign-up that they signed up by, like, 6:40, and were, like, actually late to the registration. So there's some lore for late Sleepyheads.
Hey, OS players and try to sign up for things on time. It is a tale as old as time, and it seems like these new generations of players are also holding the same tradition true, where we will not sign up to anything on time. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry.
But it looks like Atlas Lab has been banned, and it's going to be an Oni Village game. Okay, interesting. Not something that we've seen tonight. Very different here from Atlas Lab. It has that ability to have those much longer matches. You have those kind of, the speed lanes, those clears become a little bit easier to just get it out of there. So we'll have to see what the plan here is. We do see an Octavia hover, Kazan, and now hover, so we'll have to see if that stays true going into this ban phase.
It is a team player chrono boost start. So this Octavia is going to get through the bans, and that is a little scary. It is. She has recently been nerfed, but the Octavia is still very strong, and Chrono is one of her best awakenings. I wonder if they have a way to deal with that, because you can't really kill her on Oni. It's just not something that's going to happen, especially not with Kai now. I don't think you're going to be able to murder.
Yeah, it's looking like a very different story here for Seraphim Sanguine Orpal. They do have the Chrono era, the Chrono Kai, and the Chrono Now, unless Kai took the team player, which could also be nice. And yeah, that is in fact what happened. Team player on the goalies, Chrono on everyone else. But yeah, this map change alone has really shaken things up here for Seraphim, Sammy, and Orpal. So I'm curious to see how they end up doing this. They can't just kill the midfielder every single time now.
Yeah, I do think the team player on the Kai is the correct choice, and especially with the way that Kaliota played last game, they tend to prefer, playing back, it seems, and just kind of holding it down, supporting their team with the ranged, but it makes sense for them to go with the team player. I do like that, and then Chrono Boost on Era now is very strong. I think the interesting pick here is the Pummeler's Vice. That is... I haven't seen it, especially not on Oni.
Yeah, that is an interesting pick for Oni. I don't know if we're actually going to see it come into play or not. Going to have to get lucky on some of Seraphim's team members standing on that speed gate a little bit too close to the edge, but we'll just have to see. Miyako does have a core flip up now and pushing up, goes for it, but Kaz is unfortunately just barely launching that a little bit too high as we enter this overtime. Evster pushing on the bottom, but Naptime is able to get it out of there, and Kaliota just dribbling it around, trying to get it back up into a part that they can kind of make a push in. Miyako with the strike war in midfield, trying to get it back up, will secure the barrier against this Octavia here, but now it's late Sleepyheads looking to fire back. Can't quite get the angle on the barrier of their own, but Hoodie Slep's going for the Supernova. It's going to get through, and the barrier will remain standing. Octavia, though, still at level 1, so doesn't have any of that 5-hit stuffing power just yet, but will pop the flow state here. Can't get a hold of the core, though. Oh, there we go. Just keeping it up, hitting this level 2 as well, and keeping up that flow state. Hoodie Sleps does have a core flip, burns it here, sends it around the bottom. Can't quite find an angle, going for the primary, but Kaliota actually holds it down. Naptime in this open goal as Miyako pushes up, and it's actually Evster who's able to find the point. The hit stun, it looked like, from Miyako. Oh no, Naptime kind of... Yeah, the now secondary was just a little bit late, and it hit it slightly backwards, unfortunately.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Something to take note of is that neither of these teams really have the stuffing potential. Oh, wow. Well, I may be wrong. But, like, typically on Oni, right, we see these defensive goalies that are able to hold down the Juliet, the Zentaro, the Rasmus. And, on the other side, we see these brawlers that can kind of have a lot of scoring potential, right, to take the barrier. So we don't really see either of that on either team, besides the Octavia. So I'm a little curious to see how that's going to play out. I feel like a lot of these rounds are going to go to overtime and come down to your passes, the Octavia ult, things like your NATO maybe. I think there's a lot of things that need to be in play for you to take the barrier if these goalies are able to stay awake during this game.
Yeah, this is definitely a goalie endurance test, I think. I mean, this is Oni Village with team players, so the core is moving very fast. But the thing is, all of the forwards have like very solid mobility, so they're also moving very fast and just kind of running around, and they're really only going to get one chance to interact with the core. Great save by Naptime with the now teleport, though, just trying to get it out of this situation. Oh, Miyako will find the primary, though, to sink it in. But, yeah, they're only going to have, like, one interaction with the core, but that interaction is going to be so important, and it's just going to come down to, like, who's in the right place at, like, the perfect time.
Yeah, I do think that what we just saw there is the strength that Oracle has going for them, where now in this era need to be able to just play their passes, right? With the speed, with everything they've got, they need to be able to play their passes, play consistent, keep it good. Oh, wow. Nothing is taken off that flip. That is tragic to see. And that's what's going to be what makes or breaks your team.
Great little dribble there from Hoodie Sleps, but Kaliota with an even better barrage will hold down that top barrier. Aluk will be able to bring down the bottom one, though, as we are in the diagonal kind of barrier setup here. Naptime does have a core flip up, and Hoodie Sleeps will be earning one up shortly themselves. A little misstrike shot there from Kaliota will result in that barrier going down, but Miyako running back to be on the defense. Hoodie Sleps, though, able to steal the core away, and with a dribble into primary, sinks it right into the bottom pocket. Late Sleepyheads ties it up on set point.
That's unfortunate. The barrage doesn't come out in time, and Naptime is playing these sequences really well. Like on the defense, Naptime is not losing barriers easily, you know. And they're gonna come down eventually, but
Yeah, core flip there from Hoodie Sleeps will bring down the second one here as well. Now I'm trying to get it out, but Miyako pushing up, point blank core flip will secure a second barrier here for Seraphim Sanguine Orpal as Evster and Miyako looking to push up, and now Evster's the one with the core flip up here. Miyako running hard into this top corner. Evster coming in with the core flip, just sinks it right into the top. Seraphim Sanguine Orpal keeping that explosive offense up. That was a great little team play there to take the set, and Evster, the MVP.
Yep, and due to that, we are going to be seeing this era get her choice of either prime time, you know, maybe build different, spark of agility. There's a lot that can go. Siege Machine's actually what's been picked up. I didn't see that one coming, but I'm interested to see how it plays out. On the other hand, we do have Naptime picking up the prime time, so a bit more defense for him. Built different on the now. You know, we saw this last game too, where Miyako likes the size. And they make very good use out of it with the strike wars and with the dribbles and all of that. Besides that, I really don't think there's too much. You know, you might have some damage threats from Vice now that she has explosive entrance. Considering everything she has is an impact. But I'm not sure if it's enough. I still think this Vice pick is going to struggle to output the damage that you need from her on this map.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough. Ooh, nice shot from Evster. Sends it right in between Naptime and Aluk as a 12-second, or sorry, not a 12-second, but a 16-second goal coming out from Seraphim Sanguine Orpal to start off this round, and it's looking pretty solid already. I mean, the level diff is kind of starting to set in. It's like level 4 and 5 versus like kind of level 3 and 4 here with Sanguine Orpal in the lead. Nice little barrier from there from Miyako, and it turns into a double barrier off of that strike war when Hoodie Sleeps still looking for this bottom one, but just can't quite pick it up. There it is. Through the barrage, will be able to find a barrier for late Sleepyheads. Now trying to look for more here. Can't quite get it through. Evster down to the bottom bumper. Miyako in this top side. Able to keep it controlled in this midfield, but needs to find a way to get it through. Hoodie Sleeps here. Does have a core flip up if they can get their hands on it. And it looks like now burning it here. The primary is in the way, but sending it up to the top. Caliota with the strike shot. Just sinks it right into the top. Absolute precision from this AFK Kai.
I mean, that looked coordinated. Like I know it is coordinated play, but I mean that looked like it was actually a comm from Caliota saying, "Hey, just throw this up, and I'm gonna strike shot it," because it was so well done. And like, maybe you're just clearing up because you don't want them to have possession. I don't know. But it looked a lot more coordinated, and I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because, you know what? It was cool. It was cool as hell. I will not lie. I'm not. Oh, my bad. I'm not allowed to say that word.
Now, Miyako looking for this second barrier here, not going to be able to find it on this one as Aluk popping this Octavia ultimate just to try and hold it in the midfield for a little bit longer. Core flip coming out from Naptime. Get it away from that Arrow Storm, but Seraphim is still pushing hard. The now primary is going to hold it down for now, though, as Naptime on this defense once again. Caliota just keeps sending it in, but Hoodie Sleeps is blocking the pass to Miyako, going to go to Evster instead. And now pushing up to this top, Aluk trying to look for this barrier. Can't find it. Evster bringing it back down into this bottom side as we enter overtime. The core flip coming out from Evster is going to get blocked by Naptime's now primary, setting up the storm, but a nice little pass there from Miyako is going to bring down the barrier. Naptime had to keep an eye out for that storm as well. It was a little bit of a tough situation, but now Miyako receiving the pass, going to get shut down by the now primary, but Evster still pushing up, and Miyako sending it into their own now primary is going to sink it right into the top, taking the set. Didn't even need to core flip there, as Seraphim Sanguine Orpal up 2-0 and looking very, very solid against a team that went undefeated.
Yeah, they are looking very strong, and because of that, Evster's going to get their pick of either Monu, Cast Last, Twin Drive. Wow, Twin Drive. Actually, no, it makes no, it doesn't. Okay, anyways, the Monu's going to fall down to Naptime. That is pretty big for the pickup. That makes your defense a lot better, just because you force more wins. You know, you're going to have you're going to have Alec deny the Spark of Leadership. You do not want Caliota getting the Spark of Agility plus Leadership combo on Oni Village. You're never going to be able to play the game. Hoodie's picked up Stagger Swagger, which I don't think changes anything. I really don't. I think the big things here, really, is the Monumentalist for Naptime. And then for the side of Sanguine Orpal, you're looking at like the cast to last and the twin drive. And Caliota's got the dead eye to do what Caliota does best.
Yeah, pretty solid draft here from the side of Sanguine Orpal as well, as they look to try take their what could be their last set to qualify here. Miyako in this bottom corner, Evster backing them up, just pushing so hard. Late Sleepyhead's trying to hold it down, but it can only last so long. They still have 2 barriers to get down, and it just seems to be going in the favor of Sanguine Orpal almost every time. Caliota, nice little barrage there to hold it down. Aluk will be able to secure this bottom barrier, but Miyako has a core flip up, which almost every time they've used it, they've scored something. Hoodie will be able to score a barrier here. Caliota on the defense, trying to get it to Evster, trying to get it back up to Miyako, but just can't get it through this in midfield, it looks like. Evster with the strike when getting it up. Core flip from Naptime, sends it all the way around. Caliota saves it with a barrage, though, sending it back in. Hoodie slept with the teleport, trying to bring it in. Miyako with the dribble into core flip, but it's too far away. Naptime's going to be able to block that one, trying to send it back up. Caliota has a core flip in the back pocket, passing it down to Evster, but it gets sent right back. Evster now on the defense here, trying to play against this Octavia. Core flip coming out from Caliota to send it out of that situation. It's now Evster with the Storm, trying to push up this field. Caliota, though, passing it up to Miyako, trying to find a spot to use his core flip, but misses it, unfortunately. Gonna allow Naptime to clear it out of there. It's Caliota trying to avoid this Vice, but a snipe from Hoodie right on the out clear. Caliota saw the secondary and tried intentionally to avoid it, but didn't expect it to get shot in like that. Late Sleepyheads will be the first on the board here.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. You know, as Caliota, you're kind of forced to just ping pong, but your natural goalie instinct says don't do that. And it's just really well set up by, wow, we are double barrier. Aluk is making waves on this Octavia right now, but the flow state has died.
Yeah, Aluk definitely bringing down some barriers here, but gets KO'd for it now by Miyako. It's going to allow Evster to pass it right up, and Seraphim, Sanguine Orpal sink it in. And there it is. It's like we were saying earlier, someone was standing on those speed gates a little too close to the edge, but it was not Seraphim this time. It was, in fact, the Octavia. Second time that they've been KO'd here, so going to have to be a little bit more careful, as we know Miyako likes to go for those now kills.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of offensive pressure come out here, and Naptime, once again, just holding it down, as they've done consistently throughout, but we're going to need some forward pressure here to help. Naptime's not going to be able to survive. They're going to bleed out. He's going to get tired eventually. We need some pressure on Caliota, but, you know, and as I say that, Evster's also there to relieve Caliota of some of that pressure.
With Miyako down, though, this could be looking pretty nice for Late Sleepyheads to maybe get a point here, as there's no more huge offense coming out from Seraphim, Sanguine Orpal. Looks like they're pushing hard, but Seraphim will hold out until their forward respawns. Of course, as soon as that happens, the barrier will fall. Naptime in this top corner, trying to just keep it safe, keep it away from the barrier until the forwards can get a grip on it. Miyako wins the strike war and sends it down to the bottom side now. Caliota with the strike shot, sending it back in, but Hoodie is pushing up. Core flip from Aluk, pass, and flips it right in through Caliota, and now it's Late Sleepyheads on set point.
Pass. Oh, yeah. Hey, they understood the mission. Pass the ball to Aluk, and Aluk will put it in. But that did cost them a flip, and I wonder, can you get that again without the flip? Because we're going to need more. You're not always going to have flip, and it seems like double barrier for the side of Seraphim and Orpal already.
Yeah, double barrier down, a dangerous spot. You never want to give Seraphim, Sanguine Orpal an open goal like this. Nice little strike war there from Naptime to keep it safe, but they still need to bring down one more barrier. Aluk pushing to this top side is Hoodie on the bottom, but Evster in this midfield getting it out of there. Naptime forced to clear through the center up to Hoodie. Nice shot will bring down the barriers. Now Hoodie pushing into this top side. Going to be having a core flip up soon, but so will Miyako. They're on a bit of a timer. It's a race to the core flips here as Naptime trying to find a clear. Now secondary will save it, but passes it into the storm. Evster with the point. Oh, an unfortunate clear from Late Sleepyheads as Seraphim, Sanguine Orpal are on match point.
That's so tragic. I think Naptime wanted to like just sneak it around real quick, but it's just like a pixel too far to the right and it barely bumps into the Aeronado. You hate to see it. But that is going to bring it to match point.
Still set point, though, for late sleepyheads. Aluk will push up and bring one barrier. Hoodie looking for another, but Sanguine Orpal able to get it out of that situation. Back up to Miyako now, pushing from this top side. Naptime trying to clear it out, but Caliota is on the speed gate. It's going to be enough pressure with the barrier to go down. Miyako pushing hard in this top side, and Evster, the one to find the shot into the bottom, right past Naptime. Seraphim Sanguine Orpal will take the match, and they will be the qualifiers from the losers bracket this week. GG and congratulations to the first week OSAS rookies, the youngest Seraphim team, for qualifying first try.
Yep, that was a beautiful display. I mean, Seraphim Sanguine Orpal are, wow, they're looking really good. You know, all of them are. Miyako, obviously, who's been the spotlight all night, you know, running rampant on this now. I'm surprised it went through. I really am. Like, I did not think it was gonna get through. I don't remember the bans for this game, but it did. And whenever Miyako gets it, it seems like they're very comfortable on it. They're very capable of making plays and opening up things that, you know, they normally probably can't get away with if they don't have that knockback and that strike war potential that you have on the now. And then Caliota and Evster, right, are just really consistent. You know, Caliota not under too much pressure tonight. You know, Evster just being there to consistently give the ball to Miyako and get the ball from Miyako when needed. They're a very consistent team, it seemed like. And hey, consistency is what gets you qualified. They will be joining Wizard City Warriors and Ristel, the Chikara Killers. Yeah, in the qualification in a couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely solid matches tonight. And our qualifying teams, these are, I don't think there's a single fluke here. All three of these teams are looking very, very strong. And I'm already excited to see these finals at this end of the season. If this keeps up, we'll have to see what the future weeks hold for us in terms of teams. But so far, the roster is looking very, very nice. And yeah, Sanguine Orpal, I'm curious to see how they do against you know, other situations. You know, both the games they got that we saw, they were able to avoid too much insane pressure coming their way. They were able to be the ones that applied it. But you know, say the now gets banned or something, and they're on a map that's unfavorable. How does the defense hold up? How does the you know, the losing draft look like? Do they come back from that? I'm curious to know, because you know, this looks like a very solid prospect of a team right here. I'm excited to see what else they have to show.
Yeah, I agree. They've got a lot going for them. However, that is our last match of the night. Yep, that is our last match of the night. Had to confirm real quick. So once again, Wizard City Warriors, Ristel, plus the adopted son Kin Clam, also known as the Chikara Killers, and then Seraphim, Sanguine Orpal are the teams so far that have made it to through their qualification. I imagine we'll see everybody else that played in this weekly. They're going to come back next week and the week after if they don't make that one. These teams will be back because these teams are very competitive and they do care about making it through the qualification. So I'm excited to see what the upcoming weeks have. But that's going to be it for us, I believe.
Yeah, that should be all for us. GG's to all the teams that made it, and GG's to all the teams that just got so close. Hopefully, we'll see them back next week and see some of these bracket teams qualify. But that is all from us, the end of OSAS Week 1, and we'll see you all in Week 2.